Jeremy here, Jeeps Unlimited, 303-666-9020, partsbreakers.com. You can view this frame and none others like it because I haven't had one in a while. This is a LJ frame, and I happen to have some LJ tubs at the moment. So if you catch this on YouTube or our website and you've ever been interested in what it takes to swap to make your Jeep TJ, basically 9706, into an LJ, it's pretty simple. Every single thing is the same on these guys except for the frame, of course, the tub, and then one of the rear harnesses that goes back to your tail lights is a little bit longer. The carpet kits, obviously, those are different. The rear seat brackets, there's a few small things, but by and large, suspension, let's see, pretty much everything is the same. They extended them in the rear, so you get to about here ish, somewhere back through this area, and that's where the length comes in. From here on up, it's identical to a regular TJ. So if you're interested in a package to convert your TJ, you should let me know sooner than later, because if our tubs sell out, which we have a couple of those right now, or this frame sells, it's still possible, but you got to do obviously a little bit more work on your part. So without further ado, I'll walk over this frame, in, around, flip it over. So and the main goal, if you've watched my videos, you understand, but if not, is to show you this frame as if you were here standing with me in person. It's a beautiful frame. It's clean, it's straight, there's no rust in it, top, bottom, inside out, and everything else. So we'll go through the back half of it. If there's anything on it that might catch the camera's eye to where you're like, oh, that looks like rust, I'll show you that. There's a little bit of oxidation on this frame, but there's no cancer, there's no rot, there's no holes, there's no cracks, there's no bends, there's nothing like that. So, and yeah, so this reinforcement here is something you'll see only on an LJ. It is not something on a TJ. Okay, so that's just, if you're looking at the two and wondering, that's definitely factory. Top of the gas tank, this is where your gas tank skid attaches to, and your shocks as well. This is in great shape. These love to rust out, especially Midwest, East Coast. Coil spring buckets, these things love to start rusting out. There's a little bit of scaling on them, but nothing rot. Back of these horns here, this is an area that, again, Midwest, East Coast love to rust out in. They do it through the bottom. These are beautiful. All your body mount bushings, nice, clean. That one's a little bit beat up over there, but you should be able to smack that with a hammer and bend it back out. No rust in any of these. None of the holes are wallowed out. Up through the front horns here, they're nice and clean. Chalk towers, control arm brackets, everything's nice and clean there. And then on up your front support, that is the only broken bolt that you'll have to pull on it, and it had an aftermarket bumper on it, so you'll probably want to either grind it off, depending on what you're going to do with it. If you're going to use a factory, it spins actually, so it just has got a little bit, you can see right there, but you can turn this guy. So I was going to mess with it, but you can mess with it. Yeah, so that's about it on the top. These are a little bit heavier due to the length, so I'll put the phone down and flip it over here. And all these holes you see on the side, if you don't have factory steps, you probably aren't familiar with those, but those are where factory steps go. So that's all factory. There's nothing on it that's been welded on it or modified in any way. Okay, so give me 1 second here. You're going to look up at the sky for a moment. So these frames don't weigh all that much. They're a little awkward. An LJ frame is definitely a little bit heavier than a TJ frame is. Not by much. Let me see if I can get those focuses here for you. Yeah, my temp is warning me, so hopefully I don't lose my video here, but we'll finish up the bottom quickly. So we cleaned it up pretty good, but you can see this is all factory paint still on this thing. There's nothing's been painted or doctored in any way, shape, or form. all your belly pan skid plates. This is always an area that oxidized a little bit, but they're in beautiful shape. All the threads are clean, nothing's broken off on those guys. Here's that area I was telling you about, and you may already know this area if yours is rotten here. So this is nothing. And we've thrown a scope through this frame just to see how clean it was, just to make sure the inside, and it is as smooth on the inside as it is the outside. And it's giving me more warnings from my camera being hot. So I apologize if this is coming out weird. That's the first time it's happened to me since I've had this phone. So okay, so I'll wrap it up here. 303-666-9020. There's your coil spring buckets. Those are nice and clean, just like I said. This is the other side. Okay, and again, this is nice inside and out. And since it's upside down, this is our driver's side we're looking at here. And you can't even really tell that guy. That's the one that was kind of dinged up on the other side. This body mount here. But it's in good shape. It just needs a good whack there. All right, so 303-666-9020, partsbreakers.com. Give me a shout if you have any questions, comments, or you're interested in doing a frame and a tub. Definitely will knock a little bit off if you do both, as long as I have them in stock. Otherwise, if you're just replacing your LJ frame or you're doing something else, this would be an ideal one as well. Thanks a lot.